7, 8, and 9, solving inequalities. Here, when we solve an inequality, we solve it just like we solve an equation, except if we end up multiplying or dividing by a negative, we have to reverse our inequality sign. Most of the time it's dividing by a negative, but occasionally there are cases where we have to multiply by a negative and we still have to flip our sign. So if I'm going to solve this one for you, first thing I'm going to do is subtract my 7 and move it over to the other side. So negative 20 is less than negative 5u. I then have to divide by negative 5. Since I'm dividing by that negative 5, I end up reversing my inequality sign. So 4 is greater than u, or u would be less than 4. You don't have to switch it around. When you get to word problems, it makes more sense to switch it around since you're solving for that variable, but they will take the answer either way, whichever way you want to do that. So on number 8, if I'm going to solve that one for y, first thing I have to do is subtract my 22 to move that over to the other side. So negative 7y is greater than negative 14. And again, I want to solve that for y, so I'm going to divide by my negative 7. Since I divided by a negative, I flip my sign. Negative over a negative makes it a positive. Now it doesn't matter if the top number is positive or negative. You're only looking at that bottom number. I divided by the negative 7, and so since that bottom number was negative, I had to reverse my inequality sign. So number 9, if I'm going to solve that, first thing I'm going to do is add my 12. Negative 15 is greater than 3x. So on this one to solve it, I'm going to divide by 3, and since that 3 is positive, I don't flip my sign. So negative 5 is greater than x. Notice I had to leave it in this order. So if negative 5 is greater than x, then x would be less than negative 5, if I can smush that in there. So x is less than negative 5.